no Japanese. That's gonna sound racist. Hello, it's Vegan Curves, and thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. We're gonna make something tasty, vegan sushi. A lot of people think that sushi just means fish. It doesn't. Sushi refers to, you know what? I don't have the definition in front of me, but it's not just fish. So I'll just say that, okay? So obviously the first ingredient you're going to need is some white sushi rice, or white cow rose rice, which is a short grain. And I've already pre-made some, and it has been chilling in my refrigerator for a few hours. It's about a half a cup here because that's gonna make about 2 rolls for me, which is plenty considering it's just me because I eat by myself all the time. Anyway, next we're gonna need the vegetables that go inside of the roll. For me, I'm just gonna do something simple to keep y'all here because I don't want to scare you off with a bunch of fancy ingredients that you're not gonna get in, you know, the middle of nowhere. So I just have some carrots that I'm going to shred with my little fancy food processor, but you can just use a cheese grater, or you can even just cut them with a potato peeler, or whatever suits your fancy. Doesn't really matter. Then I also have something that you can see I've already been nibbling on a little bit, which is just some sushi paper, which is nori. I just found mine at the grocery store. If you want to press your own though, that's fine too. And of course a glass of vegan wine because, well, that ingredient goes with everything. Some people think that drinking is bad and it's not good for you. I tend to disagree. So go ahead and come on over and we'll take a closer look at what to do, okay? Great. So here I'm just putting in the 2 cut carrots because that should be more than enough. And this is just the fast way to get them all shredded up. It's gonna be loud, kids. Look at that, in a snap. Next, you're gonna wanna lay down a bamboo rolling sheet like this. They're very, very cheap to get. And if you don't have anywhere in a store you can find one, you can always order them online. They're exceedingly cheap. You wanna make sure that it's going to be perpendicular. The little bamboo shoots are perpendicular to, be quiet you kids, you're messing up my recording. You wanna make sure that you are making the bamboo shoots perpendicular to the direction in which you're going to roll so that you don't end up trying to pull one of these because that doesn't work so well. Next, you're gonna wanna lay something down like plastic wrap, which is like saran wrap, which is actually a little better, or a paper towel works fine too, just to make sure that you have a barrier between your sushi and your bamboo thing, you know, just for sanitation and everything. And finally, you're just gonna wanna have a little bit of water handy so that you can make the sushi stick to itself when you're all done rolling it and everything. Last thing is I'm just gonna take a little something to spread the rice onto the nori. I'm no Japanese. That's gonna sound racist. I'm no expert at this, but I figure it's best coming from the mouth of somebody who is just doing their best with what they have. But I do know how to actually do it. It takes some practice, so don't get upset if you don't get it right at first. I put the jagged, rougher part. There's a rougher part and then there's a smoother part. And I put the rougher part facing upward. Then this sushi rice that I made is a little bit sticky, but it's not too bad. I'm just gonna get the little spoon wet here. Fluff the rice out a little bit and just put this little bit on here. And you don't wanna, you know, smash it like, oh, smash, but no. But you do wanna make sure that it's kind of packed in nicely. And you don't wanna layer it on too thick because you remember it's gonna be rolled in on itself, so, you know. You also wanna have cool or cold rice. You don't wanna have hot rice. It'll make the sushi paper really wilty. And finally, we're rolling it this direction. So you're gonna wanna pick one side that's gonna be kind of open, and I'll show you why in a minute. But as to the sides that are perpendicular to it, I like that word today, you can go ahead and fill the rice out. You know, don't get anal or anything, but you know. Now it's time to add the ingredients, and like I said, just for this basic tutorial, I'm keeping it very, very simple. You can put cucumber, you can put avocado, asparagus, or you can put lettuce leaves, any kind of greens you want. But for me, I'm just using some simple carrot for right now for this particular roll. I'm gonna put a little bit of onion powder in here just to give it some extra flavor, and a little bit of garlic, just to spice it up a little bit. Let's see how this goes. So now it's time to roll, and we're just gonna take this sucker. You're gonna wanna tighten it as much as possible until you have it about right there. It's about halfway there, and then you're gonna wanna roll it some more. But instead of curving it completely in on itself, you just take it so that it's half like that. Because the tighter the roll is, the easier it'll be to cut, and the more likely it'll be to stay. Oh, it puked a little bit. In order to get the little edges here to stay, you simply dip your fingers in the water and wet the sushi down. Your messy, go away. wet it down a little bit and it'll stick to itself. So now to the cutting. The cutting is fairly simple, but it does require a bit of a technique as well. I'm using a serrated knife. You want to basically hold each of the sides, and please, for the love of God, don't cut your hand. And just gingerly saw through it. Don't press down on it because you're going to squish it, make it puke everywhere again. You take the two halves and you try to gingerly do the same thing again without cutting yourself. And if you need to just cut one of them at a time, that's okay too. And then here's the hard part. Oh no, some of it's puking. There we go. And one more. Oh, please don't puke on me. There you have it. You've got vegan sushi. You can add soy sauce or wasabi or ginger or whatever you like, and enjoy. Have fun making different combos and everything like that. Thanks for watching.